Good day to everyone. Today we will share the research we conducted on the operations management and distribution strategies of delivery service providers in Nueva Vizcaya. We begin with our statement of the problem. The goal of our study is to evaluate and analyze the operations management and distribution strategies of some delivery services in Nueva Vizcaya. In order to achieve the research objectives, the following questions were addressed in this study. First, what is the company's manager and deliveryman profile in terms of years of service, knowledge for operations management for managers, and average daily deliveries? Second, what is the business's operations management, the problems they faced in their day-to-day operations, and how do they solve those problems? And lastly, what are the distribution strategies imposed by delivery service companies, as well as the deliveryman's own strategies used when delivering parcels to customers? After reading up on the statement of the problem, it was our turn to design our own research and decide how we would go about it. We began collecting data on October 30 and concluded the process on November 20. It was carried out in the province of Nueva Vizcaya, specifically in the municipalities of Bayambong and Solano. These municipalities were chosen because they are considered Nueva Vizcaya's commercial centers, and the majority of the province's delivery service providers have warehouses in these municipalities. We chose 4 managers and 2 deliverymen from each delivery service as informants because we believed they would be the best sources of information for our study. These informants worked for Entrego, Ninjavan, GoGo Express, and JNT Express. We exclusively utilize these 4 courier services in the province since they accept packages from online shops such as Lazada and Shopee. Purposive sampling was used in this study. Similarly, the research instrument employed was a survey questionnaire, although there was a bit of interviewing mixed in. We did the data gathering face-to-face with the informants. As a result of the surveys, we were able to acquire valuable information about our informants' operations management and distribution strategies. Now, we move on with our results and discussion.
The managers and deliverymen were profiled in terms of background in operations management, years of service in the organization, average daily deliveries, and earnings per delivery. The majority of the companies have an average operating year of 3 years, consisting of 43 delivery personnel. Majority of the managers have attended operations management seminars, and their average tenure in the role is 1 year, whereas the deliverymen have been in service for an average of nearly 2 years. They have an average daily delivery of 104, in which they earn 14 pesos and 20 centavos per parcel. In the next section, we will see the operations management of these delivery service providers, the problems they encountered, and solutions they used to address these problems.
This section aims to examine the differences and similarities in the operations management of delivery service providers in Nueva Vizcaya. According to the research of Graemel et al., operations management, like all other aspects of a company, is critical. Operations management is concerned with the efficient transformation of resources and labor, and it covers all processes from the simplest to the most complicated. After analyzing the data gathered, we discovered that the following methods are the most common methods that the 4 delivery companies used in terms of their operations management. First is the first in, first out method, which means that the first parcels to arrive in the warehouse are also the first parcels to be delivered to the customers. Second is the standard operating procedure push-off, which is a term that logistics used when scanning the parcels per rider to be routed away. Third is the delivery standard operating procedure that the riders follow. And lastly, the COVID-19 protocols that needed to be followed as we are still in a pandemic. We surveyed 4 delivery service providers in Nueva Vizcaya about the issues they faced on a daily basis. and we discovered 5 common issues that these 4 delivery service providers face every day. The first one is parcel returns, which are packages that are either damaged or contain incorrect items that was sent by the seller. Another problem is parcel delivery issues, which are caused by misrouted packages, incorrect consignee names, and the unwillingness of some clients to accept their packages. Damaged parcels caused by shipping from some other countries, and parcels that have been held in the warehouse for an extended period of time are additional challenges for delivery services. Finally, they run into issues with the pandemic that we are currently experiencing. After learning about the issues they faced, we asked them about the remedies they employed to overcome the challenges. The strategies they utilized to tackle such difficulties are listed below. The first is first in, first out rule, which simplifies delivery for them. The accounting principle of first in, first out states that assets purchased or acquired first are disposed first. FIFO assumes that the remaining inventory is made up of the most recently purchased items. The next step is to solve problems by holding meetings to ensure that everyone in the logistic organization is on the same page. And finally, to constantly monitor the system to look for and prevent problems. The result of our study in terms of distribution strategies are to be discussed in the next slides.
This section shows the result of our study, specifically the distribution strategies of each delivery service providers, including parcel distribution, procedures adopted, and also the challenges they have encountered. Based on the data that we have gathered, it reveals that all 4 delivery service providers shared a common distribution strategy, which was to contact first the consignees before the delivery itself. Moreover, these companies adopted taking photos of their customers as a form of parcel distribution method, as a kind of verification or acceptance of the delivery. In the height of pandemic, contactless delivery was also implemented by each company and also following a route during their delivery. This slide shows the distribution strategies implemented by the deliverymen, such as sorting the parcels, calling the customers first before the delivery, and taking a photo of the customer holding their parcels as a proof of delivery. Furthermore, each deliveryman follows the health protocols, providing updates to the client and requiring each customer to give them ID as a proof of verification before receiving the parcel. This slide shows the challenges that these delivery companies encounters. According to the managers that we have interviewed, the most frequent problem they have encountered are parcel returns. These are common to J&T, Ninja Van, and Entrego. Scam parcels are also a typical problem for these companies, including cancelled or rescheduled parcels. Another problem that they usually face is that the consignee's or customer's address is wrong or it is vague. Based on the problems they have encountered, the managers were able to devise solutions for such situations, like integrating good communication and coordination with the riders, and to have longer patience when dealing to their customers that has bad attitude. We also asked 2 deliverymen of each company. It's no surprise that they share the common challenges during the delivery, such as unresponsive customers or customers that are not in their houses upon delivery. Another recurring problems are wrong customer names, cancelled or rescheduled parcels, and customers' attitude. The high-risk COVID areas are also a big challenge for them since it requires strict compliance with the health protocols. Another mentioned problem is the weather during their deliveries. This slide shows the solutions implemented by the deliverymen on the problems they usually encounter, such as communicating well with the customers and to have longer patience upon dealing with them, and also explaining the company's policy with the customer. For Ninja Van, there will be 3 attempts of redelivery for rescheduled parcels, and after the 3rd attempt and still no response from the customer, the parcel will be returned to the seller. That is the solutions implemented by the delivery man.
After a thorough analysis and interpretation of all the data gathered, the researchers derived the following conclusions. For operations management, it can be learned that the three delivery service providers in the province, which includes JNT Express, GoGo Express, and Ninja Van, share the same methods, which include the first-in first-out approach, standard operating procedure push-off, delivery SOP for riders, and COVID-19 protocols. Meanwhile, Entrega wouldn't reveal their method of operation.
For the distribution strategy, some delivery service providers have different strategies, and some follow the same strategies when distributing parcels to the customers. And also, all of these delivery services in the province has adjusted their distribution strategy in response to the pandemic, following different health protocols when distributing parcels. Regardless, these strategies are performed by these delivery service providers in order for them to effectively and efficiently perform their services. Based on the above-mentioned findings and the study's conclusions, the following recommendations are made. First, the results of this study can help in determining strategies for inventory management for other businesses. Next, the study's findings may also be useful to the local community, particularly newly established local delivery services, in expanding their operations and learning from the best or more established companies in the same industry. Another, because the researchers look at the delivery service providers' operations management and distribution strategies, it is strongly advised that the future researchers look at the shift in the service providers' business practices approach. Next, the outcome of this study can serve as a foundation for future research and serve as the foundation for subsequent studies. The researchers also recommend considering performance measurements such as sales, cost, and profit in order to determine what effective strategies can be used for delivery service providers. The researchers also urge that the province local delivery service providers, including those in Region 2, as well as newly founded enterprises in the same industry, be studied. And it is also suggested that future researchers include LBC in their next study, because it is one of the country's largest service providers. And lastly, it is suggested that future researchers must submit their research papers to the University Research Ethics Board for review. And that would be all, and thank you.